Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have another video. I apologize for my most recent video yesterday. I ended up publishing it and then I noticed my screen was flashing throughout the video. I'm not sure why it did that because on the recorded video on the phone, I didn't see that malfunction, but I ended up deleting that and I'm going to make a new video. This video, I'm going to go ahead and share a bunch of pieces. So I'm not going to talk a ton about it, just so the video is not crazy long for you guys. But I'm going to share a bunch of really rare pieces, cards. We got Mankos, we got bromides, small bromides, large bromides, Hall of Famers, rare stuff. So I'm going to share what I have. These are some of my favorite pickups of the year. Not all of them, but a handful of them, and at the end of the year I'll do a full recap of like my top 10 or 20 pickups of the year. So let's go through the first 3 cards that I shared yesterday. I'm not going to talk a ton about them since I just did it in the last prior video, but the first piece up we have is from 1947. This is a small bromide uncirculated of Hiroshi Yoshida. And uncirculated sets mean there's just not enough information about them to provide a set listing in the price guide book. So they classify it as uncirculated until we know a bit more about it. Now these are considered to be R4/R5s. It's just a guess, but it's a really nice piece, very small, smaller than a tobacco-sized card. This is a small bromide. They have blank backs, as pretty much all bromides do, except for stamps. Some of the cards you'll see stamps on, and they're essentially photographs. Some of them will be the size of cards, smaller than card sizes. You have 2x4s and 3x5s and 4x6s all the way up to 8x12s. And I don't really collect the huge ones over 5.7, but I do have quite a few nice ones. But this is a Hiroshi Yoshida, and he was a Hall of Famer. And he served in World War II, was a second lieutenant, and he trained to be a kamikaze pilot. Obviously, he did not go through with that, but he did train to become one. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Next up, from 1949, JCM 157 Manko Red Border of Noboru Aota. And this is a beautiful piece, similar in size to the T206, T205. Has very nice vibrant colors. They have a thicker cardstock, no gloss to it. The back of these has a reflection of the player, and in the 2 top corners you have the team name on the left and the player number that player wore for the team on the right. And then at the bottom would be the player name. These are R4s, pretty tough cards, 10 or less known copies. If you have any from this set, let me know. Next one up from 1948, this is the JCM 176, Michio Nishizawa, Hall of Famer. Another one, red border, very similar to the T206 size. Just such beautiful pieces. These are called the Manko umpire backs, and you would have the Manko number across the bottom here, and at the top you would have either a rock, paper, or scissors symbol for the game they played with these cards. Michio Nishizawa, one of the youngest players to ever debut in an official professional game. He debuted at the age of 15. Really cool. A very interesting fact about him as well. I don't remember the exact date, but in 1942, I think it's May 24th, 1942. I may be off on that. But they had a game that he pitched. He was a pitcher and a batter. And he pitched a game, and it went over 28 innings. He pitched a complete 28 innings of that game with a total of 311 pitches. The game ended up in a 4-4 tie. I don't know the reasoning behind why it ended in a tie, but I'm assuming 28 plus innings. It was probably getting way too late into the day. But fascinating statistic. Can you imagine a pitcher today? 28 innings in one game. Crazy. A few more pieces. Actually, we got quite a few. These are some more recent pickups. Very rare. And it's a new addition to the price guide book. So what we have here is the 1950 JCM 213 Gold Tint. These are a bit smaller cards. And the first one up, these are considered R5s. And we have one of Takahiko Basho, 300 game winner, one of the only few pitchers to have over 300 wins. And has a blank back. Has a player here, and then the player's last name written here. You have him here on the Tokyo Giants. It's a beauty. And next up, this is one of my main PC players. We have Tetsuharu Kawakami. From the same set. 213 gold tint, 1950. And now you have Kawakami here. Right there. Not his full name, just Kawakami. And again, blank back. And his nickname was the God of Hitting. Fantastic player. One of the best players to play in that span of the 40s to the 50s. And then when he stopped being a player, he went on to be a coach for the Giants and ended up winning, I believe, nine championships with the team, 9 straight championships. Granted, his team was stacked to the gills. Sadaharo and Nagashima and Kaneda, and you're pretty much almost guaranteed to win at that rate. But was an amazing coach and an amazing player. And next up, we got some nice bromides. These vary in size. This first one up is a dual photo bromide. It's an uncirculated black and white premium of Tetsuharu Kawakami and Noboru Iota when they're playing for the Giants. I thought it was just such a great image. These are considered R4s, pretty tough. Blank back, it does have some markings a little bit on the back, a little rough. But I thought it was such a great image of two of the best players of that time. They also have a colored premium version of this card as well. This is really nice. I need to get these in cases. I've ordered a bunch of cases. It's kind of, my OCD is going crazy. Some are in sleeves, and they need to be in nice high quality cases. Next up, a really stunning bromide here. This is a 1949 JBR 72 of Fumio Fujimura. Look at that photo. Such a great, I don't know if he's hitting a home run here or a double, but obviously he hit the ever-living piss out of this thing with the way he's looking up. And I just thought it was such a great, stunning image. This is the JBR 72. I believe it was the 4th prize. A lot of these bromides had a lot of different sizes back then, and most of the larger ones would be prize cards. Typically, you would have a stamp on the back of the bromides. You'd either have like a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or 5. It just depends on the set. And you would open packs from something called a tapa. And those tapas would be hung at the counter on like a shoestring or wherever the clerk wanted to put it. And you could buy a pack. And when you open up that pack, it would contain a card. And if you hit a numbered stamp, you'd be able to pick from a display board they had in the back of a prize you want. So if you pulled a card with a 1 stamp on the back, you'd go from the prize 1 sheet to prize 2 sheet, prize 3, prize 4, and that's how you would attain a lot of these larger bromides. What a great card. Next up, oh man, these are beauties. One we have here is one of my sets that I am personally working on. These are the JBR 74A extra large bromide, sepia toned. And these were prize cards, again, as I was explaining with the tapas. This first one up is of Tetsuharu Kawakami. These are R4s, and these would have a purple stamp on the back of each one of these from the set. This is a Tetsuharu Kawakami. That is a beauty. And then we got I actually don't know if this is from the same set. It looks like it is, but I'm not seeing the stamp on the back. I thought there was a stamp on here, but this one is of Noboru Iota. Actually, is that Noboru? I don't know who this is. I thought this was a Noboru Iota. I could be wrong on that. That's a beauty. And then another player I'm collecting a lot of. We have Victor Starfin for the Daiei Stars. One of the top pitchers to play the game. He was Russian. I would say he was probably number 2 but behind Masaichi Kaneda. And this is a beauty. This is from the same set, this JBR 74A. You got the stamp on the back. These would be in purple ink for the stamp on the back. These are really rare, stunning looking pieces. And last but not least, we have another Tetsuharu Kawakami. And this is another uncirculated from 1947, I believe. I've been asking around if people can figure out what set this is from. But it's another large bromide, a stunning image. And what we have here is that. Just amazing. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece. That looks amazing. Now blank back, of course. That's of Tetsuharu Kawakami. Now, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'm sorry I didn't really give a ton of information about these. I just don't want the video to be 30 minutes long for you guys. Most people can't even stick around for 4 or 5 minutes, let alone 20, so I kind of want to save you guys some time. I'll have some more videos in the near future. Like I said, I'll go more into depth with a lot of these cards. I got a bunch more to share. I got some really stunning, I would even argue, museum quality pieces I'm going to share in the near future. But for now, you guys take care. Appreciate the support, as always, and you guys have a good one.